The UN Security Council is scheduled to hold a closed-door meeting on Monday to discuss the situation in Syria following the rapid advance by rebels that removed President Bashar al-Assad. Russia, which provided military support to Assad during the nearly 14-year Syrian civil war, requested the session to examine developments and their potential impact on the UN's peacekeeping mission in the Golan Heights. Israeli forces were deployed on Sunday to the UN-monitored buffer zone in the Golan Heights. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that the deployment was necessary to ensure the safety of Israelis after Syrian forces vacated their positions.
The Syrian army abandoned its positions. We gave the Israeli army the order to take over these positions to ensure that no hostile force embeds itself right next to the border of Israel. This is a temporary defensive position until a suitable arrangement is found. Equally, we send a hand of peace to all those beyond our border in Syria.
Questions remained about who would lead Syria and how the country would rebuild after years of conflict and more than 5 decades under Assad family rule. Kremlin spokesperson Dmitry Peskov informed reporters on Monday that President Vladimir Putin had decided to grant asylum to Assad. Peskov stated that Putin had no plans to meet with Assad and declined to comment on Assad's whereabouts. Russian news agencies reported on Sunday that Assad and his family had arrived in Moscow. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan expressed hope for a new Syria that fosters good relations with its neighbors and contributes to regional stability. Fidan called on international actors, especially the United Nations, to support the Syrian people in establishing an inclusive administration. A spokeswoman for China's foreign ministry said on Monday that China was monitoring developments in Syria. She emphasized that the Syrian people should decide the future and destiny of Syria. U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken stated on Sunday expressing that the United States would closely monitor developments and engage with regional partners. Blinken affirmed U.S. support for a peaceful transition of power in Syria through an inclusive Syrian-led process. He emphasized that during the transitional period, Syrians have the right to demand the preservation of state institutions, the resumption of services, and the protection of vulnerable communities. Blinken stated that the United States would support international efforts to hold Assad and others accountable for abuses committed during the civil war. Assad was accused of war crimes and crimes against humanity during the conflict, including a chemical weapons attack near Damascus in 2013. Assad's removal led to celebrations in Damascus and other parts of Syria.